Hello everyone, here's a video, another video for a response I received this morning from one of my subscribers. First of all, what I want to do is let you guys know that lately I've been receiving a lot of messages. So if I don't reply to your message personally, don't feel like I'm ignoring you, because I'm not. I receive so many messages and it's hard for me to reply, so that's why I find it very convenient to make these videos, these type of video responses, so that when I receive a similar message, I could just, you know, refer them to my playlist and they can find this video there. So just want to let you guys know that first off. This message I received is titled Language Declining. Okay, Language Declining. And this was sent to me by one of my subscribers. I don't know this guy. Oh, his name is Michael. Okay, his name is Michael. All right. So I'll just go ahead and read this this message here, so you guys get a pretty good idea what he's asking. Okay. So he says, with all the different languages you're learning, considering the first language you started learning was Chinese, first language of intensive study, 10 to 11 years ago, do you feel like your Chinese is kind of fading away and forgetting it little by little? Okay, let me answer that. Yeah, I've studied Chinese. Chinese was the very first language I started learning seriously, and yeah, I picked up other different languages, but it doesn't. I don't think it's having an effect on my Chinese now. What I could say is there are certain idioms, idiomatic expressions that I will forget if I don't use them for a certain period of time. Like just the other day, I was thinking about just the other day, I was trying to think of this idiom and I forgot it. I was thinking so hard, and then I had to ask my wife about it, and then it came back like, oh wow, that's what it was. I forgot the idiomatic expression. But other than that, as far as communication, no, I don't have a problem with communicating. Like if I don't use Chinese for a long time, I think I could still communicate with any of the native speakers. But I still try to, despite studying the other languages, I still try to practice Chinese as much as I can. As you guys know, my wife, she speaks Chinese, so I can practice with her. I practice with people on the internet. So I mean, I use the Chinese when I talk to her family also. So um, there's no forgetting Chinese little by little. Well, however, there are some phrases, idiomatic expressions that I will forget if I don't use them. Okay. Um, let's see what else. Uh, Okay, I only asked because I started studying Spanish in August of '07, and I feel like I have a really comfortable level of Spanish. I can understand a lot of that is spoken on Spanish TV, and can communicate well with my Mexican friends. I started German last month. Your video of the scheduling you use for your languages inspired me to start another language, and I feel I'm progressing well. I studied every day for at least 2 hours. The thing is, my major is Spanish, and I just don't want to see my Spanish decline even though I study it every day for a few hours. Do you believe the starting of German will affect my Spanish in the long run, or as long as I keep up my Spanish each day, you think I'll be fine? Yeah, I think you'll be all right. As long as you, like I said, as long as you practice Spanish, you can take an hour, an hour or 2 hours of your time, and practice with someone. You said you can communicate well with your Mexican friends, so you can call them up, have a conversation with them or whatnot, and you won't have learning other languages won't have an effect on your on the language you learned previously. But if you don't use it, then you may forget some things. So what you want to do is just try to use as much as you can. You don't have to use it every day, but just throw some time in there for Spanish. Take like an hour or two and practice with someone. Practice with your Mexican friends. Practice with some people on the internet. So I think you'll be fine with that. So don't worry too much. In my case, Yeah, I study a lot of other different languages, and I find myself once I get in the once I get in depth in another language, it's hard for me to like for example, I had this happen recently. I was studying Lithuanian. Okay, I was supposed to study for 3 hours, and I ended up studying for like I think 6 or 7 hours. I doubled the time. I was supposed to study Lithuanian for 3 hours, and then I was gonna go study Estonian for 3 hours to get get the because I told you guys 3 hours, three, and what happened was I ended up doubling my time for studying Lithuanian because I got so in depth with it I didn't want to put it down. So that happens to me uh, once in a while. I'll just get stuck in it and I won't be able to put it down. So when most people say, yeah, you shouldn't study, you should just focus on one, because perhaps they're thinking that because you're gonna be studying one language here, and then you're gonna jump over to this other language, and then it's probably gonna distract you from the original language you've learned. So that's what I think. Perhaps that's what they're thinking. That's probably why they would say something like that. But yeah, I mean, you can study as many languages as you want. You can study 10, 15 languages. All it is time. Just set your time accordingly, and set some goals so you know what you want to achieve in that language. So yeah, don't worry too much, and I'm happy to hear that you've started this scheduling after watching my video. Um, you said you're progressing pretty well. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. If it's working out well for you, continue to do that. Okay, continue to do that. But don't worry too much about your Spanish, because I think since you can communicate well with friends, and you said you can understand a lot, a lot of what is spoken on television, and I think that's okay, and your level is not going to decline. So just like I said, just practice a little bit, take an hour of your time, chat with your friends, and that's it. That's all you need to do, because you've already attained a strong level in that language, so there's no need to worry about it. Now if it's a brand new language you just started working on, then yeah, you will regress pretty, we will have some bad regression in that language you just started learning, because you haven't built up a strong foundation for that language. So you have to stick with the language you just started learning. You have to make sure you stick with those, and keep putting all that time into those until you attain a strong level. And then until you attain a strong level on that, and then you'll be ready to leave it alone for a little bit and then go back. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, just send me a message and I'll get back to you ASAP. Now, I may not send you a message directly, especially if I feel that it's the same question that I'm going to receive from someone else. I'll just make a video response, and put it in my playlist for my future subscribers, or whoever comes to my channel. So um, I'm not ignoring you guys, so don't think I'm ignoring you. It's just that I receive too many messages, and it's hard to reply to a lot of them. So this will conclude this video, and if you guys have any questions, just send me a message and I'll get back to you ASAP. Thanks for viewing the video.